Hi guys, welcome back to the Gathering of Geeks. My name is Zach, and without further ado, let's get right into the video. So today I'm going to be showcasing some more concept art that I've made for the next Star Wars Battlefront game. I've seen a few videos using some of my concept art, so I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a link to our channel in the description of your video if you do use some of all my stuff. If you could leave a like on the video and share it with your friends, that would be amazing. Let's get right into the concept art. I have a lot more concept art for this video than the last two videos. However, this video is mostly centered around the prequels. Yes, I know I hate the prequels as much, if not more than anybody else. However, there's just not enough stuff from the one sequel movie that we've got so far to create enough concept art for the next video. Whereas the prequels is the king of creating stuff like weapons and characters and similar things. I'm going to start with the weapons and star cards, and the heroes and villains will be at the end of the video, so stick around to see that. First off, the star cards. The first star card is the EMP grenade. This was shown a lot in the Clone Wars TV show, and it was mostly used by the clones. This star card would disable droids within a certain radius and for a certain amount of time, much like the shock grenade in the current game. It would also disable small vehicles like infantry turrets. So it would be almost useless to the separatists as it doesn't affect clones. The second and last star card is the ELG-3A blaster. This is the same weapon that Padme uses, but in stun mode. It is similar to the Stinger pistol, but instead of poisoning the enemy or enemies, it disables them and poisons them. This would kill them in 10 to 15 seconds, and the stun lasts for 5 seconds. So they would have a chance to kill you. Now moving on to the weapons. The first weapon is the DC-15A. This weapon is one of the two weapons of choice for the clone army. The DC-15A is a fairly fast-firing blaster rifle that acts much like the DLT-19 and the RT-97C. It would also be the standard blaster you first have as the Republic. The next weapon is the E5. This weapon is a blaster that almost all droids are equipped with. It fires in a similar way to the E11, as it is in the same line of blasters made by the popular manufacturer Blastech, who have also made the A280C, A180, DC-15A, DH-17, DL-18, DL-44, DLT-19, DT-12, E11, E3, Roby V10, SE-14C, and a lot more. This weapon would be the standard weapon you first have on the Separatist side. The third weapon is the ELG-3A. This is the same blaster as the star card, however this one isn't in stun but in normal fire mode. Looking at the way it fires in the Phantom Menace when used by the Padme, it fires a lot like the DL-44. The final weapon is the Westar-34. This is the weapon used by Jango Fett. It would fire much like the DL-18, but a small bit faster with less damage and more cooling power. Next, I've made some skins. These are pretty self-explanatory, so I won't talk over these. I've also made some spawn screens for Fighter Squadron. These don't need much explaining either, so I'll just put them up on screen now. Finally, what you've all been waiting for, the heroes and villains. The first is Commander Cody. His primary weapon would of course be the DC-15A blaster rifle. His first ability is Order 66. This sends a huge laser bolt at any surface on large maps, or on small maps, or on closed maps. This would be a thermal imploder. This ability comes from the scene in Revenge of the Sith, where he is ordered to kill General Kenobi. His next ability is Infrared Scope, which basically is the same as Bosk's ability. It just gives him infrared vision. Finally, his last ability, Rapid Fire, allows him to fire incredibly fast, much like Dengar's ability. He can also spawn in Boil and Waxer, who are two popular 211th Legion clones, heavily featured in the Clone Wars TV show. They would also have infrared vision and thermal imploder. The next hero/villain is Jango Fett. His primary weapon would of course be his Westall 34 blaster pistols. His first and third ability allow him to switch between modes. The first mode is where he can dual wield Westall 34 blaster pistols. The right trigger fires his right pistol and the left trigger fires his left blaster pistol, and the same for mouse buttons on PC. The second mode switches to just one blaster pistol and his jump pack. The controls for this are the same as Boba Fett's. His second ability would be where he can fire a large rocket from his jump pack. This ability comes from when he's fighting with Obi-Wan Kenobi on Kamino. The final hero/villain is Darth Maul, the most underused character in Star Wars. Such a shame. His primary weapon would of course be his dual-bladed lightsabers. His first ability is Saber Fury. This ability is where he locks onto enemies, jumps near them, killing them with his lightsaber. This is very similar to the ability that I gave Yoda in the last video, but I think it fits both of them. Also, it would have very different animations. His second ability is Force Sense. This is also like Bossk's ability, as well as Commander Cody's ability, and Yoda's ability from the last episode. Coming up with ideas for abilities is tricky, okay? And the last ability is Double Flip. This acts much like the combat roll, where you roll by double tapping the crouch button. However, this is slightly different. When Darth Maul double flips, he can not only do it to the sides, but he can do it forwards and backwards as well. This allows him to be very nimble and hard to hit. It would also have an extremely fast cooldown, 1 to 2 seconds. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Tell me what you thought in the comments below. Like the video and subscribe if you're new to the channel. We make semi-regular videos on this channel and the occasional video or podcast on our main channel, Geek the Gathering. Also, if you want more stuff, you can visit our website at www.geekthegathering.co.uk. All links will be in the description below for everything. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.